Grandpa, the sheriff told you to drive to the police station so you could start on the investigation, but instead you drove around town wasting time. Why did you do that? Oh, I had things that were important to do. Oh, hold on. Like summon my anime car. They gave me a standard issue police cruiser, but that was not good enough for me. I brought my own anime-themed police car. I guess the anime car vanishes whenever we leave. I'm sorry, whenever we go into like a house or anything. We have to re-summon it when we come outside. There we go. So what we're going to do is really just based entirely on who is where. So Sally is still there. I can't go into Richard and Quint's trailers. They're not open at this time. They are very rarely open. They're almost never open. So as far as where we would want to go, at this point, we could wait for Sally to just go back home. Or we could go for Bones. We did the side quest that we could do last time in the milk barn. Maybe at this point we're just gonna continue on with the story since Sally is hanging out with Richard. Maybe York will actually be considerate and actually head to the police station on time, because in the original LP he certainly did not. He certainly just went about his own, he took his own time. Like days, really, doing everything he wanted to do before he actually went to the police station.
Tremors. I think Fred Ward was in it. You say Fred Ward, and I say Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. That one was back in '85, I think. Directed by Guy Hamilton. I guess Hamilton was aiming to start a series like 007. But it had no sequels. Real shame. Do you remember the martial arts they used in that film? Called Senanju? The ultimate in martial arts, using no weapons at all. Remo's master Chun ran across water, remember? And he loved soap operas. Man, that was a good character. He was played by Joel Grey, the best supporting actor in Cabaret. Of course, in Remo, he had so much makeup on, couldn't tell.
I mean, let's be honest, York. I've seen Remo Williams. It is not really surprising that that movie did not get a sequel. Let's not fool ourselves here. Also, as we go to the police station and all the trees pop in around us, did mention at one point about clues being in plain sight, and yeah, there's like the red tree right here. It's just there the whole game. You don't actually have to pay attention to it, but it's there.
That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
The police station actually does look different. The exterior does in the director's cut. I guess they wanted to make the woodwork look more spectacular.
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you.
I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready. Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Oh yeah, that wacky George and Thomas. Oh, the antics they get up to. As we will find out as we progress. Let's see, most wanted. A cop and his dog. Gotta find him. Who's abducted? A reward of $30,000 to find that person. Alright, where do we want to go? These two guys, just like the original LP, they're slacking on the job. Look alive. They just need a little push, you know? Just to make sure they know someone's watching them. Just can't find it. Where could that key possibly be? All right, the office room. Let's head in here. All right, there's Emily.
Hi.
I can tell you seem very busy. Unfortunately, there is no option to have all of the cops dress as cat people. Like, if there was an option to make this the official uniform of the Greenvale Police Department, of course, I would take that option. George number 4. Yep, just exercise right in the middle of the room.
Do you work out every day?
Of course, Agent Morgan. Exercise keeps me healthy. I haven't missed a day since I started in high school.
Now that's impressive. Remind me to get more exercise, Zach.
But I can't do my full routine today without Arnold. I haven't seen Arnold around since yesterday.
Arnold.
He's a training buddy of mine. His partner Sylvester misses him too. If you see Arnold around, let me know, will you? Can't finish my workout menu without him.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Workout menu is such an odd wording of that. Gotta find Arnold. Where is he? Also, you never know when George just might start hitting squats right in the middle of the police station. Could be at any time. Right, the kitchen room. That's it.
Zach, we've found Arnold. Let's get him back to George. I guess it's a cute name for a dumbbell.
One of the easiest side quests to do. I guess it's just like an intro to the side quests, if you haven't done one yet. Hey, talk to George. He wants you to find something. You can just find it by looking around the police station. You don't really need to go anywhere. You can also find these, but obviously this is not a southern flying squirrel. Yeah, I'm glad that even if they may have redrawn it, it still is purple. We cannot access the boiler room. We never have been. We never will be able to. I also like that they give you the option to shave over the food that's being made. Of course we wouldn't. Who would possibly do that? What kind of dirty scumbag would you have to be to shave right over someone's pot of stew? Just ridiculous to even think about doing such a thing. Iron body. One thing that I really like about this game, of course, we went straight to the police station. We didn't do what I did in the LP, which was what I went to Sally's house before I ever came here. I really do like that you have the option, instead of just doing what the game tells you to do and come to the police station, you have the option of actually doing some investigation of your own, if you think about doing it. Actually, let me go back to George. Let me just give... I keep pulling my gun. I don't mean to do that. You have the option, instead of coming here, to just figure out if you want to go somewhere off on your own. Do some investigating. And if you did, then where would you go? Well, the obvious place to go is to the victim's house. And if you go there, you meet her mother. And you find out information about her background, about Anna's background, and her friends, and what they were getting up to, and what, shenanigans they may have gotten up to leading up to her death. And you're eventually rewarded by doing that, by getting the infinite wrench, which is a melee weapon that you're probably going to be using for, at least the first half of the game. So that was something that I really liked, that was just a completely optional thing, where if you just thought about, hey, let me just do something on my own, let me go investigating, it had the potential of giving you a lot of backstory that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, meeting some characters early, finding out about them, and eventually getting a really good weapon.
Zach, look at this. Oh, now this is something special. It's the epitome of the old frontier sheriff's office. It's perfect. A stuffed deer's head on the wall. A flag, a hunting rifle. A hunting rifle. Amazing. You'd never see a hunting rifle on the wall of a police department in the city. It's just amazing. Wonder if the sheriff would ever let me shoot it.
I don't think we ever end up asking. We probably should have. Prime time coverage. That's, of course, the flag of the Greenvale Sheriff. We're all familiar with that flag. Doing some squats? No problem.
George, I found Arnold.
Really?
He was a bit hard-headed, but I got him to come back.
Oh, Arnold. Well done, Agent Morgan. Now I can work out using my normal workout menu.
Good to hear that.
Here's a little something to show you my appreciation.
I like that they pause that for a while as you wonder what he's going to give you. It's just a trading card.
Anything, and you don't owe me anything. No changes to how we work together. Just bear that in mind.
Zach, he needs some friends who aren't so dumb.
George's clothes have to get soaked with sweat. Like, if he's just doing this all day, it must be pretty unpleasant to work with him. I don't think there's anything else we can look at right here. Oh, yeah, and that's right. That side quest that we just did. Oh, have we seen this child? I have not seen that child. Or that cartoon man next to the child. Maybe the cartoon man is the suspect in an abduction? I don't know. Right, what was I going to say? Right, that side quest we just did, it seems on the surface to be meaningless because it's just, you find that it's a very easy side quest to complete. You find the dumbbell, you give it to George, you get a trading card. It's not a big deal. But of course, that side quest, I believe, is essential to one of the more useful side quests in the game, in which we get our fast travel option. I think it was the case that we needed to first do the dumbbell one, get that to George, before the side quest to get the radio becomes available. So even though that particular side quest doesn't seem like it's important, doesn't seem like it's a big deal, it is one of the more important ones, because you're going to want to get that radio. Like, everyone does that whenever they find out about the radio. That's like one of the first things they do, is they say, let's do that side quest. Let me get that fast travel option. Most wanted, like 3 people, but I don't know what they're wanted for. But in order to get that fast travel option, you first have to do the dumbbell. At least if I'm remembering that right. I think it was the case that you needed to do the dumbbell. We never find out who these people in the prison, what they're all about, what their stories are. Why are they being held here? Greenvale is such a peaceful town. A peaceful town. I was trying to say peaceful place. It came out as pleaceful. And of course, there's this. You can't even observe this. It's not like it's like doing a good job of hiding the door. We can see it. It's like an ominous-looking wooden, thick, old-style wooden door, and someone just put up a mattress in front of it like that's hiding anything. I like that you can't observe it, though. It's like it doesn't even exist. I also like that you can just take a nap in the jail cells. And there's so many places we could take a nap, but if you want to take a nap here, you can do it. No one's going to stop you. Did we find all of the keys? There are quite a few keys. That's the map. It's not what I want. We have found 4. I'm trying to remember if that was everything, or were there any other keys? Oh, the storage room. I didn't go in here yet. Right. I think there was like a little scene that I might have missed in the LP.
A raincoat? Doesn't look like it's been used much, even though it rains here pretty often. What waste of nice fabric, eh, Zach?
That's not the scene I missed. I believe that when you come here later on in the game, like, this room is different. I'll try to remember that the next time. Well, not the next time we're here, but when we're here way later on in the game, like near the end of it. And, of course, we do get a look at some raincoats with some mysterious music as we're looking at these raincoats. Raincoats. I'm just going to stare at them for a little while. Strange that no one uses raincoats when there's so much rain. Is it Thomas's work? I mean, he wasn't able to keep his squirrel keys organized. I question his organizational skills if he is not able to just keep all of his squirrel keys where they need to be. Why do I keep pulling my gun out? No, the reason is because it's so close to the run button. That's why I keep pulling the gun out. I don't mean to. I think that's everything that's in here. Is that all the keys? Locker room, we've been there. Kitchen room, we've been there. Office room, conference room. I haven't been in the conference room. I can't go in that door, though. You have to go in this door. For reasons? The other door is not available. Can't open that for some reason. I don't know why. Here's weather. Clouds the whole day. You know, on the subject of weather, I don't know if I'm going to try to do any of the side quests that involve having to get specific weather. Specifically, I'm talking about Emily's side quests. I like Emily's side quests where we go to her house to learn to cook. Well, to teach her to cook. There's some nice dialogue in that, and you get some nice rewards. But man, those are the most finicky side quests to actually activate. They are so frustrating to actually get to a... Okay, so to do those side quests, if you remember, first it has to be raining. Because if it's raining, Emily will be home. I think that's how it is. If it's not raining, she will be out of the house eating dinner somewhere else. So it has to be raining. You have to go to her house at a certain time, like it's a very short window, like between 6 and 7 p.m. Maybe her house will be open. Maybe it won't be. She could be there and the house will be locked. It has to be during certain chapters, only during certain chapters, not every chapter. When you go inside, if the house is open, you can activate the side quest, but then you need the specific ingredients to complete the side quest, and if you have them, you can just complete the side quest there. If you don't have them, you then need to leave the house, and you're not going to be able to come back in time with the ingredients, so you're just going to have to come back another night. And there are 3 side quests like that. Again, I like those side quests, but they were really frustrating to actually get to activate. Trying to figure out when exactly you had to be there, and it didn't always work. We don't know he's an excellent cook yet. We find out about that. I found so many keys, Thomas. All right. Here's one of the more well-known jokes of the game, I suppose. We found all these squirrel keys.
You found the key.
I think so. Is this it?
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right key holder. This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail. But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You sure do know a lot about squirrels.
But what does that squirrel key open? I assume all of the different squirrel keys open different things.
You found the key.
I hope so.
No. This is a sugar glider. Sorry, wrong key. The sugar glider is a small gliding possum. It has shorter hair and a longer, column-like tail. You can really see its muscle definition on this image, can't you? But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Zach, can you tell these things apart?
Well, they're easily told apart. It's just that we don't know the identifying characteristics of the southern flying squirrel. We're not an expert in this subject matter like Thomas is.
You found the key.
I hope this is the right one.
You found a Siberian chipmunk this time, have you? Sorry, wrong key.
A Siberian chipmunk?
This species lives in northern Japan on the island of Hokkaido. They're actually quite a popular pet.
So it isn't even a squirrel.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
If you haven't played this game yourself, the progression of this joke basically is that you will find a squirrel key that is easily found, and you'll say, oh, that's the key Thomas was looking for. You find him, you give him the key, and then he gives you a description of what this is, but it's not the right key. We need a different squirrel key, and then you say, what? A different... what? And then you just go off and look around, you find another squirrel key, and you give them to him and say, is this... no, it's not? There's more squirrel keys? And you have to keep looking around further and further into the police station, you constantly bringing him back keys, and they're always wrong.
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key. Nothing particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Until eventually you search the entire police station and you eventually find it in the prison, in the jail cells below, which is probably going to be the last place you look. It might not be. Most likely it's the last place that you're going to actually explore in the police station.
You found the key.
That's the right one?
Yes, a southern flying squirrel. Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
I love that smile.
Well, Zach, we just got here, and we've cracked a big case already.
It's the worst smile.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in the lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
City folk, huh? No. No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him, and some should have better manners.
This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh, my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
He's not paying attention. You're just paying attention to that marvelous biscuit. You know, I don't think I ever noticed I noticed George's line there. We're going to use the car outside. Of course they're going to use the car outside. What other car would they? They're not going to use the car inside. What? Of course they're using the car outside. That's the one they would use. Also, why did York put his cigarette out on the plate when he has his portable ashtray? We've seen him use the portable ashtray. He just didn't want to use it right there. Well, we're going to head to the hospital. Or are we? I don't know. Obviously, last time in the LP 8 years ago, I didn't go straight to the hospital. Rather, I just went off on my own way, didn't I? I could just go straight to the hospital this time. Sheriff office is misspelled. The word sheriff is only as one F there. Well, we could go straight to the hospital, or if Sally has returned home, I could pay her a visit, see what she's up to. But you know, if you don't meet Sally right now, eventually at some point in the game, she will have a different cutscene where you meet her. I think it's in one of the bars. Probably did not get that in the LP, because to do that, you have to never meet her. You have to never do that side quest where you go to her house. And then eventually she'll show up in the game, but it's only for like this one cutscene. Do we want to see that, or should I? Or do I want to do the side quest chain where I go to Sally's house and then we meet Becky and Quint? I'll think about that. But for right now, we're leaving the police station. We are satisfied. We're satiated by Thomas's biscuit. I like that we only find one of Thomas's biscuits in the whole game, and it's like a super healing item. Unfortunately, Thomas didn't go into business in baking. Could have made a killing on those biscuits, apparently, according to York, who is very discriminating when it comes to his biscuits. Well, that's it for right now for Deadly Premonition. We're going to come back next time, and we're going to figure out if we're going to go straight to the hospital, or do we try to do something else? Figure that out next time. I'll see. Oh, I'll probably also change York's suit. See another suit. Probably change Emily's DLC outfit as well, and we'll see what that's like. And I'll see you next time.